Extra, extra, read all about it. Gemini, this is all about you. This is your weekly oracle and tarot card reading from Born Without Boundaries. Gemini, this is not a horoscope. It is an energy reading. So this is for Gemini, sun, moon, rising, or wherever Gemini placements influence your natal chart, you can apply these energies. Now, you could also be dealing with a Gemini. Pull up a chair because you're going to want to know this stuff. There's always an extended video, and that link is in the description box below. You can probably see it from here. Just look below. That full tarot card spread digs deep into these energies and pulls out details and personalizes the reading. So hop on over there for a more personalized experience. There's also a romance reading, a specific romance reading over there as well. That's where that happens. So if you're looking for that, it's in the extended video as well. Gemini, I do a Gemini specific video every single week. So if you really love this video, please click subscribe and ring that bell, and you'll get notified as soon as I upload your favorite content. I do personal readings. That information is also in the description box below. To get the ball rolling, you could just email me at bornwithoutboundaries@gmail.com. I also do live readings every single day, but Monday through Thursday, they're on Instagram. So please join me there, born_without_boundaries over there on Instagram. Let's start with your reading. We're going to get the crowning energy, which is basically the influencing energy. What is the energy that's touching and driving everything? And then the central energy, which is the challenges that you're basically trying to figure out. And of course, finally, the grounding energy, which is what's rooting you and helping you out, the energies that are giving you strength. All right, Gemini, just looking for your crowning energy, which I could have found. Gemini, Gemini, Gemini. All right. Okay. Sort of defensive and protective right now, or at least wanting people to know that you're ready and prepared. There's something that's got you prickly and on guard. Usually this card indicates that what that is a new beginning, something that you're not completely and totally comfortable with. And so basically, sun's out, guns out, baby. This is the energy of you want people to know. You want to walk in the room with all your defenses out. You just want them to see, because it's almost like in seeing it, you're hoping to discourage anybody else from coming at you too quickly. There is a soft underbelly here. There is a sense of vulnerability that you want to defend or protect. It is that you are in a new space and you're not that comfortable with that new space. It doesn't mean that the new space is bad. It just means that it's not comfortable for you right now and you don't want to leave yourself vulnerable. So at the very least, this is a statement of you're in a position where you know that part of you is vulnerable, and so you're using your defenses to protect yourself. This could be communication, the way that you talk, and especially using things that you know about other people to keep them at a safe distance from you. Word. Now, time for a deep dive. Oh, I get it. Because this is also, this card snuck up into that crowning energy realm. So what this card is telling me, and the combination of the two cards is telling me, is there's a new romantic prospect on the sort of horizon for you, but you're wary. You don't want to rush right in. Maybe it's just romance in general. You know, redefining your relationship to it as Venus is in retrograde, seeing, you know, how it's impacted you and how you might want to change how you behave in romantic situations. But ultimately, this is not really, it's not about not trusting. It's about being intentionally defensive, intentionally keeping somebody at a safe distance from you. I don't think it's so much that you're not sure about them. I think it's that you're not sure about wanting this in your life or being ready for this to come into your life. That's an interesting crowning energy. Let's keep going and get your central energy. Clear out the clutter. This is Cancerian energy. Really wanting to get rid of those things that don't serve you anymore. In other words, you want to travel light right now, Gemini. You're in the midst of your season, and there is no sense to you to weigh yourself down with anything that is unnecessary right now. You're moving on. You're getting rid of things that used to be associated with who you used to be, or crap that you've been through that you don't want to be responsible for anymore. So you're allowing it to leave you and get rid of it. Now, this could be dealing with relationships, and a lot of things could be coming up as you discard these old remnants that are weighing you down. Lots of things could be coming up that make you bristly and put you on guard, because there is a sense of not having dealt with or taken full responsibility for the impact they had on somebody else, but simultaneously knowing that you have to go through this in order to really liberate yourself and free yourself from these burdens. So it's not that, I don't know if I'd go as far as to say you don't want to be here. You do want to be here. This is a choice, because this is Aquarian energy. This is a decision that you've made, but, hold on. But you know, but it's uncomfortable. It's uncomfortable for you. And so in some ways, it's going to be uncomfortable for everybody on the outside of you. Because you don't want to, it's almost like you don't want any more discomfort than you have to deal with. So as I'm doing this and as I'm going through this, it's like you'd like your space as you clear out all of these things that you're dealing with. You'd like your space, and you don't want any sympathy, and you sure as heck don't want any help. You just want to be left alone to be able to do it yourself. I was going to say something, but I'm going to hold it back. This could very well have had something to do with something that you said to somebody, right? Maybe this is a sense of you wishing that they'd just let it go. Because feelings change, and inclinations change, attractions change, and it's almost like, please let it go. I don't want to be held accountable for something I said back when, because that's not where we are now. Please let it go. It's almost like you're hoping somebody else will let it go. And that's what you're defending yourself against. This sense of obligation to what was or what could have been doesn't make any sense to you. Because what was doesn't exist anymore, and what could have been never existed. So can we just be in the present moment now? But there's something or some energy, some person in your life that you have to put up walls against or defend yourself against. You could be dealing with a Libra. Both of these energies are Aquarius and Libra energy. Air energy that is very favorable for you. Aquarius energy, Libra energy. It's almost like you have somebody in your life that you can't get rid of, but you don't want anything more from. And the only way that you can actually deal with this person is if they let the past go. Nothing is wasted. Trying to find that treasure in the trash heap, Gemini. Trying to look for the positive in this situation. And that's part of what I was talking about in the crowning energy. It's like, do you want to be in a trash heap? No. But you want to find the value in it, right? So trying to pick out those little pieces that maybe others can't see or you can't see initially, that will be valuable somehow. Like, you don't want this moment to be a complete and total waste. So there is a sense of you're not completely choosing this moment. It's not completely your choice that you're here, but you are trying to make the best out of the situation. Be here now, more Libra energy. Are you dealing with a Libra? This is really balanced and beautiful energy, but of all cards in this deck, this is the one that says, look in front of you with what's happening right now. Don't look behind, don't look ahead. Look at the beauty of this moment. And it could be a Libra in your life that is actually able to help you be okay with this moment right now. Seeing something very beautiful, seeing somebody very beautiful that actually inspires you to stop and smell the flowers or be in the moment at this time. And that could be what you're guarding yourself against as well. A sense of, I don't want this to go too far right now because I have too much else to deal with. But simultaneously, their presence is keeping me where I need to be right now. And where I need to be right now is focused on what's in front of me. You do see something very beautiful in front of you, something that is almost hypnotic and inspiring. But there is a caution there of, I'm going to protect my vulnerabilities. I'm going to especially watch what I say, because in the past, what I've said has been come back and used against me even years later. So I'm just sort of being very particular with how much I promise or how much I jump into this situation or how much you say. There's a sense of being very cautious with words right now. Your central energy, know your worth. Now, this is a card that you're struggling with, or it's not that you don't know your value, but I swear to God, it's almost like you're this energy I literally am picking up in reverse for you. So it's almost like you're a flower, but you're trying to make yourself smell like a skunk. You're trying to make yourself not so attractive right now. You're trying to hide not who you are. It's not that you don't love yourself, but you know how attractive you can be. It's almost like you understand your influence and appeal, and you're trying to keep somebody at a distance by being like, hey, I'm a skunk. I stink. Ignore the flowers. Ignore my cute little face. Here's a big old thing. It's almost like you're putting your bad twin first intentionally so that you can keep somebody at a distance. Like skunk and porcupine, both. In terms of herbivores and little tiny critters that run around the forest, these two have the most powerful forms of protection. Other animals, large predators, are fucking afraid of them. And it's because they really are capable of throwing something out, whether it be their spikes, their needles, or their scent that is so repulsive and detrimental to other animals, right? If a predator gets a skunk stink all over it, it can't hunt for days, maybe even weeks, because a predator relies on stealth to catch its prey. And if you smell like a skunk spray, you're not hiding anywhere. So there's a sense here of using your subtle defenses really well, really, really well. In the most interesting way. And for the most interesting reason of keeping somebody at bay. I'm picking up major Libra energy. But there is a sense here that something had happened to you in the past that taught you, I have to be wary. I have to watch out. I'm not certain that this is somebody from your past, but there was definitely a lesson that you learned in the past that is making you stay on guard in this circumstance. Sing your own song. You want freedom. This is my liberation card. This is my I know why the caged bird sings card. But at the same time, it's like it's hope for liberation and freedom. You want to be free. You want to be able to just be yourself. And what does that mean for a Gemini? It means both twins. It means being able to be accepted for everything that you are and not just the stuff that makes people happy. Okay, so you're singing the low vibrational part of you. And you know what? People got to deal with that. Okay, but you're also liberating yourself and keeping your center on freedom. You're maintaining your freedom by maintaining this distance from somebody. This is your energy. knowing who you are, feeling comfortable in your skin, and going on being unadulteratedly unashamed of just being yourself out loud. Of course, this could also have to do with actual music when it comes to you. So it could be focusing right now on your artistic proclivities. It could be focusing right now on the things that you love to do as opposed to the people that you love to be with. Take a leap of faith. So this is your conscience card coming out. This is that inner voice that may irritate you sometimes. But I think that this is the driving force behind this whole reading, to be honest with you, because there's a sense of you not wanting to get into another it's not just self-defense. It's also, I don't want to hurt other people either. I don't want to get to a point where I'm going to be back in a crappy situation where I'm accused of things or where I'm actually making other people suffer. I don't like that either. I think people assume that Geminis just don't care at all, and I don't think that's true. But there's a sense of, okay, so how do I hop away from this? But it's also a very fortunate time for you. It means it's also a time that you can navigate very, very well. The energies are in your favor. So could you take a leap of faith in this situation if you wanted to? Yes, you could, because it's time to bring those ideas to life. So this, to me, is the best distraction for you overall. Because this is like, take a leap of faith in the music that you're writing, the songs that you're singing, the band that you're performing with, the story that you're writing. This is time. You've been creating something, you've been working on something, you've had these incredible inspirational ideas, and that might be why you don't want to get bogged down with people right now, because the inspiration and the ideas is flowing so easily from you. You don't want anybody in the way of that. You just want to ride this wave of inspiration and productivity as much as you can. Do it, man. Do it, man. Let other people deal with their bullshit. Let's get your grounding energy, because that's what was lacking, grounding energy. But that's okay. I'm watching Avatar: The Last Airbender on Netflix, and Aang is an airbender. He's the last airbender. And it's interesting how Earth, the element of Earth, which is the opposite sign to air, is the hardest for him to master. So grounding is not necessarily something that feels good to you, but it is inevitably something that we all need. But air signs ground in a different way, right? They ground in concept and belief. And maybe that's what your inspiration is giving you. Maybe that's why initially grounding energy didn't come out, because this is what's grounding you. Is your thoughts and your ideas and your inspiration, and focusing them and manifesting them into the 3D world. Make your dreams real. You're working on something. This is 5 + 6, 11. So this is awakened energy of realizing that you create the world that you live in, which is also a defensive world, right? It's also a protective world, but it's your world. And you have the ability to basically weave. You may be weaving a tapestry right now. Building on, working on, could be working on. Sometimes this is grandmother energy. Spiders can be the presence or carry the presence of ancestors, especially grandmothers. So there's a sense of weaving an ancestral web, right? Even if it's in the DNA of something, working on it, working on what your future is going to be. And that's your grounding energy, which I just said. Interesting. Give with gratitude and grace. You're putting your whole self into this creative endeavor. That is what's grounding you right now. And you don't want any distractions at all. Spirit has your back. This is exactly where Spirit wants you right now. This is where you should be right now. This is what is correct. What is the right thing to do right now is focus on what you're creating. Total support for you. Getting back your sense of self. Coming out of the dark, manifesting something that was from a dark place into a light place. And that doesn't mean from a bad place into a good place. That means from that land of concept to now it's coming into the light and being realized. And you're finding your power as you do that. It's the process. It's not just having the ideas, but the process in and of itself that is grounding you and giving you that wonderful energy. Hold on, I want to share the cards with you. I wanted to grab a perspective of the whole, everything, all the cards. So before the grounding energy even came out, and it's almost like literally reading the cards, it was almost like Spirit said, all right, Michelle, if you need to hear it again, fine. But this was your grounding energy. This sense of creation, taking a leap of faith and going all in with an idea that you have. So I believe that most of you have already gotten that inspiration, but if you're not, the divine inspiration is going to come. And you're going to throw your entire self in. Some may call it escape, but it's not escape. It's what you're using to center yourself. It's what you're using to give yourself faith in the moment and sort of make you feel comfortable in a situation that you don't feel comfortable in. And I do think it has to do with another person. It's interesting. I guess I'm digging in a little too deep, and I don't want to dig in too deep. But there is a sense of, why are you so, just let the person go. Just let him go away. And I think if they did go away right now, you wouldn't be that unhappy. But simultaneously, you don't want anything to be used against you either. So essentially, just working on something is a good way. It's your way out, but it's your way out and also a way of not coming off as a total jerk. Oh, I apologize for that. So I'm going to delve deeper into these energies. Please do follow me over, and we'll get into a romance reading, hopefully get some confirmation as to what these romantic nuances are. I will see you guys over there, Gemini. The link is in the description box.